A few years ago, I was blessed to work with Meta World Peace as he took me to Silicon Valley, and I was able to be a part of the pitching of his businesses. Granted, at that time, I was just doing music and I knew a bit of marketing, but with what I knew, he was kind enough to bring me along. So anyways, when we were there, I was introduced to a lot of high-level business thinking and practices as people like coached him through his whole situation. And I brought those back to Miami when I returned, and I immediately applied that to everything that I did. And I was able to move at a greater speed than anticipated. So some of those things I want to share here as like we grow through this artist development journey. You know, we have our goals. So right now, like just think of a goal and set it. Right now, my goal is to be a great audio engineer, but not just an audio engineer that's like good. It's like, oh, he did this song. Not to have like the songs be bigger than the engineer's name or the producer's name, I guess you could say. Like, you know, Quincy Jones, once you hear the name, you think about everything that he's done. Dr. Dre, Kanye West, you know? So I never wanted to be, oh, the guy who did. It's more so just a name. So that's what I'm working towards. So every single day we set these goals, and there's ways that we can gain like momentum towards our overall goal. But you know, life happens, things get in the way. There's a book called Traction that I was introduced to, and traction is pretty much when you gain the momentum and gain the grip in order to keep moving. And how does that happen? It explains it in a very good way that I want to share. And basically, this container is from this place called Hoi Koi on Sunset. It's pretty good. Imagine this is your time, the time that you have in a day, so 24 hours, right? So imagine rocks and imagine sand. Now, rocks represent the duties that we can do every day to push us closer to our goal. So like the little small steps that move us up the ladder, those are the rocks. Those are the things that really help us gain traction. But what happens is the sand is all the things that we have no control over. So like the phone calls that come in, the emergencies, the things that just pull the day left and right. So very easily, this container could get full of sand where the day starts and it's full of things that just pull us left and right. So then at the end of that, when it's full of sand, there's nowhere to put the rocks in. The rocks are the things that actually help us gain traction and move along. So then what happens is the day becomes a slave to life pulling us left and right. Now, in order to gain traction, the key is that when you start your day as early as possible to get your rocks in there, get the things in there that will move you forward. You know, whether it be knocking out a song, adding this to your social media. Me, it's doing these videos. I try to get them in my day as soon as possible. So then by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, when the sand starts filling up, it's only filling up around my rocks. And then by the time the next day comes along, I'll be able to continue to move forward as I jump ahead of the sand of life, you know? What I want you guys to do is to comment your goals, all my creative people, artists, whatnot, producers, engineers, and we're gonna work towards putting those rocks in place. That way that we can gain traction for everything that we're trying to do. So the sooner we start today, we look back and then there's a whole moving, you know, thing behind us that we appreciate because we started so early. But in order to have future self be happy, we have to have current self get on board, you know? So go ahead and comment all the things that, your goals and whatnot, and let's hold each other accountable, and let's gain traction.